at the back of our minds, let me just make a few remarks that I wrote. First of all, there are numerous definitions and papers submitted that one may not count from in Nigeria, numerous institutions, numerous ministries, saddled with the responsibility of the affairs of the youth and their management, and then down to United Nations. If you are to consider the submissions, then it shows that there is no problem existing concerning the youth today and their future. But alas, too much has been said, but on purely ceremonial purposes, most unfortunately. Youth are, no doubt, the will of development in any country. The will of development of any given country lies on the shoulders of the younger ones when you are looking at productivity and creativity. The youth are indeed the engine room of any given country toward its growth and development. The youth provide the labor force of production and services to any given country, and to that effect. They are the critical masses of the population in that in most cases they are between 65 to 75% from the given definition that I introduced earlier of any given country around the world. The youth are the cornerstone of societal rejuvenation. Now, looking at Nigeria and Nigeria's bedeviling problems, from security, economic, and social problems, one may take examples at this point. Boko Haram. Boko Haram was, to me, I'm being challenged by numerous institutions in Nigeria and outside. But I continue to say what I have said before. I don't talk without researches, and I don't talk, God willing, without evidences. I challenge governments at local level. I'm challenging government at the federal level. 21 years ago, the desire to recruit young ones who are highly frustrated, who are well-defined in their own frustration, and they became subjects of recruitment, and Boko Haram was given birth to. The number of people killed, the quantity of your resources taken, the setbacks it brought to your trade, the setbacks it brought to in mutual suspicion from within the north and within the south or wherever it took place, down to the current banditry problems that is going on. Armed robbery, political thugs, these are ready-made young ones who are pushed into frustration without being considered for in strategic plans for a government that brought about their vulnerability in terms of recruitment and enforcing them into the social vices bedeviling Nigeria today. Now, any country that fails to prepare their own youth for the sake of future aspirations will not only secure development, but will prepare her next set of leadership challenges of a national reconciliation and development. In Nigeria, it is evident we are not investing in our youth, and so therefore, if you can say, from strategic understanding and planning, it is evident that our future, as far as the youth are concerned, is bleak, most unfortunately. In Africa, and indeed Nigeria, the challenges leadership have is that of engaging, at least from the age bracket we were given for the definition of the younger ones, 200 million youth, saddling them with good lives and opportunities for them to be and to be recognized within the standard so earmarked for us to be recognized as human. Africa's population, as at 2010, was presented to be 1.5 billion, and it is expected, unfortunately, on social terms, to double by the year 2050. So one can consider that if the trend is to continue today, by the year 2050, then we are going to have our social ills doubling from the way it is today. One may understand between resources available, capacity and vision of our leaders at all levels, and then the understanding of containment of the threats to come, or the social ills from economic, political, and security, then that is to say Africa may be a difficult environment to be, and indeed Nigeria. In 2011, the youth of Nigeria between 15 years to 24 years were categorized to be 21%. 15 years were considered to be 42%, and 30 years were 7%. And total will give you 70% of our population as at 2010. But again, out of the entire 70% we have, 60% plus are women and not being attended to, adding to our social ills. I am deliberately scratching at the problems, not going deep into it. I'm conscious of time. I don't know how much time we have. I came into the hall blindly, so I'm scratching, and I hope that will inform of talking points. Problems in Nigeria and outside Nigeria hinges around about 4 issues only affecting the youth. If that can be addressed, then definitely the youth will have sense of belonging, unemployment, from all its ramifications, health, youth living in rural and urban areas, and attention being given to them, and the state of our health facility. Political restrictions, giving them understanding, consideration, and the spirit of courage, with the sense that tomorrow's leadership is resting squarely on our youth. Poor education system, the poor are at expense of the poor provisions that the public services provides, while the rich, very few, have their own younger ones, mostly educated outside Nigeria, an imbalanced society. These 4 issues, once they are taken care of, the youth will have sense of belonging, and there will be less problems. I jumped and skipped. Importance of youth are classified from 2 issues. 1, national development, and 2, I told you while running, I wrote in Chinese. I'm finding it difficult to look at what I wrote myself. Human capital development. Any youth association or associations, at any time they come together, they should look at the provisions or opportunities opened by government and ask themselves if from these 2 issues on national development and human capital development, they are involved directly and in some cases even if it is indirectly. But so long there is provision for them to partake in every fiscal allocation or budget of their country, then it shows there is courage, one of the qualities of leadership desires by a country. But where these 2 are missing, then the 2 should know that they have been abandoned halfway. It's left for them to now know how to paddle and keep moving. And to keep moving, you use the law, and then get the elders or institutions to know that definitely the system is not right. Now, frustration of the youth of any given society or the country. What are these issues? There are also, in my own understanding, 2 of them. 1 is deliberate denial of opportunities from the economic arrangement of that country for the younger ones. That is to say, few economic prospects for the younger ones in the arrangement of that country. And second is limited political voice for the younger ones in the scheme of things in determining who rules them. Yet the youth are the majority. Yet they are the major force in terms of voting. But yet they have very limited political voice. Where these are identified and to any given society and in any given country, the youth, out of frustration, are pushed into doing the following. One, they become radicals. They are no longer productive, but they look for ways for themselves. They become fundamentalists, as it is in a certain fraction of this country. And they are pushed into promoting causes of revolution. Some go into drugs or drug abuse. And intermittently, cases of suicide are recorded in such an environment. So with these facts from the two, leading to its own effect on the youth, one may now take Nigeria as a case study to see where we are, or what is the state of Nigerian state. Looking at it from this perspective as it affects the youth, it's left for us to individually or collectively, since it is retreat, to look for answers and to know how to engage government. Sometimes paving way for you to push leadership into doing what you want will not be as cozy. You have to fight to get what you want. Fight legally. Be on your feet. Educate them to know that under a system of democracy where the youth, who are the majority in your own population, deserves attention. And so therefore, causes of frustration in the society cannot be acceptable by leadership at all levels. Now, what are those ideals expected of every youth in his own country? Youth are expected to be honest, either as an individual or as a team. They must be patriotic. They must be hardworking. They must be strategic with that idea of grandmother that promotes and teaches the younger ones to learn the art of saving for the rainy day, thrifty. They must be disciplined. They must be religious with high morals. They must be seen to as citizens with pride. Have the idea to dream and dream positively and high enough while they age into tomorrow, preparing themselves for leadership. Now that we are in this season, numerous people will hang around once they are elected into offices, and I'm not shying away from saying what I'm going to say. No sooner they are elected into offices, promises are kept or abandoned or thrown overboard until 4 years when another election comes. The art of deceit and making fool out of the majority who do the voting, that is the youth. That idea by now should be seen to have been challenged and with realism being put into it. Naira has a way of influencing young ones, particularly when beaten hard by poverty. When any person, no matter who in your society, comes to you with that art and comes with the highest volume of money, don't be afraid to collect. Collect. Utilize it properly, either as an individual or as an association. You are legally covered. You didn't ask for. You are being canvassed for. You are lured into acceptance of an idea or pushing wrong people to power. Spend it wisely, invest the money properly, and when the right time comes, look for qualities of leadership that will now erase and take away the fears you have had as youth, so that we can have a better Nigeria. Legally speaking, there was not and cannot be any foolish person who from one hand draws out a gift and on the other hand comes to the law to justify its withdrawal from a willful gift. Meaning, What is given is given, and no fear such a person. After all, in most cases, it is those who willfully go into such acts of deceiving the population that are considered to be within the class of the exploitative ones, who have refused Nigeria to move and who have refused Nigeria to grow. And I hope common sense will come into the younger ones this time around to become the determining forces of who comes or what becomes of Nigeria in the next, particularly next year. Now let me just advise. Many people have written a lot of books as a guide to younger ones or to those who support people in providing leadership to their country. I wish to rush something that I wrote in prison. I saw 17 qualities of leadership you require when you are determining people, at least that will lead you to safety in whatever promises they make. But I created my own this way. You look for ability as the first thing. Is the person able? I will rush. Probably you have more speakers. Bravery. One may ask, why should you look for a quality of bravery from politicians? Yes, it doesn't matter who you are. There are difficult decisions to take. If you take an Ajabota person who knows how to make the noise, but when saddled with the responsibility, he will run away from taking bold decisions, brave as it is, even if it will cost him his life, then you know that you are investing in the wrong person or persons. You will not get what you want at the end of the day. So your country today requires some brave decisions if Nigeria's political course must be adjusted for safety and for speed to attain what you desire. There are many things that have actually put Nigeria into political muddy, mucky waters that is keeping us stagnant in one particular place. And to be able to do it, you need brave hearts to get the right decision done. And it does not matter whom you hurt today. So long you are able to save and serve the majority, you have done the right thing. If the few who believe they are the ones living in lofty towers and they have all the naira to fight, then you should understand it is one of the qualities of leadership and one of the sacrifices you should make. After all, if you are in position of leadership and you cannot make the difference, then you are wasting people's time, warming chair, taking their money illegally. Confidence, credibility, dependability. Do you have the wide shoulder to take the responsibility of the people you have seeked for that push you into the office? You must be exemplary in your sayings and actions. You must be fair in your judgment. It doesn't matter who, where, and what. People that have elected you into office are one and the same, and they expect something from you. So you must be judgment. In your judgment, you must be fair. You must be genuine in what you say and what you do unto the people. You must be very honest to yourself and to the people and to your country. You must have at least an average intelligence to understand the weight of responsibilities you have gone for. You must be judgmental. In your sense of judgment, are you fair? You must have the knowledge of the people and knowledge of their problems and that of your country. You must be liberal in your approach. Everybody should be able to access you. Your liberality presents you as a father and as a leader who cares for all. You must be modest in your conduct, in assessment or evaluation of the problems of the people before you. You must be seen to be very noble in all aspects of leadership. Are you organized? Most people come to power unorganized. It starts with you. If any young man tomorrow who aspires to be in any office, you should tell yourself, should I be elected in office A? What becomes of me? You have to adjust yourself to the basic demands of that office. If you used to sleep from wrong at odd hours or even hours, and the office demands otherwise, then you have to adjust to that office, including those who will assist you to man the office. And this affects every single executive office in the country. And if you see individuals who believe that their own social life or their own personal organization will not suit the office, and you are able to organize that, you should be seen to be quick in bringing that to the attention of whosoever you bring. Personality. Your personality should be seen to be domineering and acceptable to the people. Your quality of leadership, quality of actions and sayings, quality of what you do in terms of productivity to the people. You must be resourceful. You must be seen to, from whichever angle, to be seen to be a resource person to those you lead. Serviceability, security. These two watchwords are at all times, day and night, meant for the people you are leading. And you must be seen to provide that to them, and at all costs. There is no exception here. Team spirit with the leadership and to the led. Uncompromised it is. You must be seen to be very caring and understanding of people's situation, no matter how provoked, no matter how adverse it is to you. Every single issue becomes secondary as far as you are concerned, but that of the people is the first. So you should always be seen to ignore yours and attend to the people. Vulnerability, versatility, that speaks for itself. Wisdom, you must have it. You should have the capacity to exercise